The Ben Hogan book has been important to me because it was the way I learned how to play golf. I was recommended this book by a good friend of mine. He said if I wanted to learn how to play golf, this was the way to do it. So I learned how to play golf from the fundamentals in his book. I got to meet Mr. Hogan later on in my career, just a great man. I told him that I learned how to play from his book, and he actually signed one for me.
Hey guys, Christo Garcia, MySwingEvolution.com. I have got an amazing treat for you today. It is the swing of three-time major champion Larry Nelson. I have been wanting to make a video about Larry Nelson for a long time because he was friends with Mr. Hogan. He was on the Hogan staff, and he learned to play by using Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons book, just the way I rebuilt my swing. So he's always been on my radar. But wouldn't you know it, now that I'm looking at the over-the-top miracle swing, he has the perfect example of an over-the-top miracle swing. My gosh, he got so good, so fast, so easily because of his golf swing. Listen to this. He goes to Vietnam at 19, does a couple tours, comes back, 22, starts working as an assistant at a golf course. He picks up the game. Larry's first time out, he broke 100, and within 9 months, he shot par. In 2 years, he moved to Tampa to join the mini tours, and in 3 years, he was on the PGA Tour. Can you believe that? I think it's the fastest anybody's ever picked up the game and joined the PGA Tour. It's absolutely unbelievable. Now, when I was doing research on Larry Nelson, I checked out the 87 PGA Championship. And of course, Larry Nelson swinging inside over the top. But then everybody who was on the leaderboard coming down the stretch was doing it too. First, I see Lanny Watkins, another Hogan guy doing it. Then I see Bobby Watkins. Then I see D.A. Weibring. Guys, this is the lost art of swinging the golf club. It's the easiest way to hit the golf ball, and it's the fastest way you're going to get better. So get the over-the-top miracle swing at MySwingEvolution.com. I'm trying to do you a favor here, or you can sign up for MSE TV and get everything. I built all the fundamentals from the Hogan work, and then I added the OTT golf swing, and now I'm playing the best of my life. This last week in my skins game that I play against a lot of guys that are pros, guys who played in the Masters, several US Opens, it's the first time I ever felt like I belonged. And considering where I started and how I struggled for 30 years at the game of golf, this is the way. Guys, this is the way. Try swinging inside over the top. It'll do wonders for you. Now I'm wearing my new My Swing Evolution shirt I ordered online, which is pretty cool. You can pick them up at MySwingEvolution.com, and these cool hats. So don't be shy. Get your MSE gear. Now let's dig into Larry Nelson's awesome over-the-top miracle golf swing. All right, let's take a look at one of the greatest golf swings in the history of golf that belongs to Larry Nelson. What a beautiful swing. Great rhythm, tons of leverage. Now let's look at this swing from the front. Great leg work, just like Mr. Hogan liked. Now, remember, Larry Nelson played Ben Hogan golf clubs. He was on the staff of the Hogan Company, and Mr. Hogan worked with Larry Nelson personally, taught him how to use the cup and the wrist to hit the ball higher, and that helped Larry Nelson win his first major, the PGA Championship in 1983. So we'll watch Larry Nelson load into his right side. And then we see the tip of the shoulders, getting that club back on top of the plane so he can hit down on it with force. Now look at that impact position. That is incredible. The pants flaring out towards the target, showing the leg drive, just like Mr. Hogan. I think Larry Nelson has one of the most similar impact positions to Hogan of all time. So let's take a look at this impact from the rear of Larry Nelson. In my book, you're not going to find a better impact position than this one of Larry Nelson. Now we can see the body is incredibly cleared as he comes into impact with the right elbow by the right hip. This is as much clearance as you're ever going to see. I think we see indications of the power slide in his right foot, the bowling knee slide, as I've talked about, very much like Scotty Scheffler. But that club face is just screaming down square at impact, and it looks like he's pouring everything he has into it. So Larry Nelson is an incredible swinger of the club, obviously. Now, as we move forward, I want to take a look at this little wedge shot that he hits in here. You see the over-the-top swing clearly. He's just coming over and hitting down on it. Look how low left the exit is. Feet are open, but body is square, up and down. It's the easiest way to hit a golf ball, guys. He got so good so fast because he swung inside and over the top. That's all you got to do, guys. Unbelievable. Now let's look at a little bit longer wedge shot, or it may have been a 9-iron. It's about 130 yards in. This was on his route to winning the 1987 PGA Championship. Wow. Just look at that. Very obviously inside. Look how deep inside. I keep talking about this, guys. I'm not even doing it. I think I could do it more. But look at how cleared the body is and how he can get that downward force so late in the hit. Just incredible. Now, if we add some of our dots, we're going to see some pretty cool stuff here. Hands inside at P2. He actually has a slight lift a la Nicklaus. Here we see the half moon and the clear OTT move. Now the club flattens out in transition, and he is well OTT and smashes down through that ball with good leg drive. Incredible. Now this is one of my favorite swings. This is the 18th hole in regulation to tie Lanny Watkins in the 87 PGA. Now if we look at this a little bit closer, I want to circle this right foot. Let's watch the slide. That is evidence of his ground forces being used correctly. As he gets to the top, he's across the line, guys, at the top. A lot of these greatest swingers, Sam Snead, Bobby Jones, Jack Nicklaus, they're across the line at the top. That doesn't matter. This trend of laying the club off is not something that I think is advantageous. We see Spieth doing it, even though he's doing the OTT move. The club is going to lay off. You don't have to force it. You can't, it won't stay out there because as soon as you start pulling on it, it's going to find the downward plane and slot itself. It's a club. The weight is coming behind. It has to find the plane like Saturn's rings. Now, if we add some dots here, we're going to see some pretty interesting stuff. At P2, he's well inside. He just takes it deeper and deeper. I love this half moon crescent that we see up to the top. And then the club is going to flatten out as it finds the downward plane. This is just dynamite stuff, guys. I'm going to be working on this, try and get some of this into my golf swing. So that is the swing of three-time major champion Larry Nelson, Hall of Fame member, one of the greatest golfers to ever play the game. He's the quickest player I'm aware of to ever go from picking up a golf club to joining the PGA Tour, just 3 years. Absolutely beautiful impact position, great golf swing. What can you say? I would love to interview Mr. Nelson one day and do an episode of Mr. Hogan on him. I think that he's been an absolute treasure for the game of golf. And Mr. Nelson, thank you for your service in Vietnam. God bless you. Do you think you picked up some yardage since we've been working on this stuff?
On the driver, at least 50 to 60 yards.
It's dynamite.
It's crazy.
I want you to swing over the top. You heard me. Now hear me out.
My swing is feeling effortless with power.
Don't try to rebuild your swing if you're over the top. Learn to use it to your advantage. What do you notice about it?
It's just easy. It's just easy. I don't have a whole bunch of thoughts, just one. Just come inside, hit down.
Dropping it under causes pushes and hooks, and it almost ruined my back. When I started my swing evolution, I was a terrible golfer. Today, my channel has over 25 million views, and I even got to swing as Ben Hogan on the Golf Channel. Click the link below to experience your very own miracle. Transform your game at myswingevolution.com.